Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl Ashley, the amateur expert, coming to you live today for this episode of Talk Tuesday. I missed you last week, just a little busy with work and life and all of those things, but it's cool. We are here. And I'm excited about our guest later on. She'll be on with us in a few seconds. If it's your first time tuning in, we're going to talk to Jay Carter about her career path, her ideas of success when she first started, compared to her idea of success today. And I am super excited for you guys to hear her trajectory. She's super multi hyphenated and an incredible inspiration. She's in the room, so let's get started.
Hi,
Hello,
Ashley.
how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
I am so excited for our guest to hear your story. You are such an inspiration, and I'm excited to have you on. So, thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you.
So, if you could please give us a quick rundown who you are and what you do currently for work.
Okay, so I am an entertainment attorney, but I'm also a creative entrepreneur. In my legal practice, I own the Carter Law Group, which is a boutique firm that focuses on contracts and intellectual property like copyrights and trademarks, as well as just helping people with general business law matters. I'm then also a law professor if I wasn't already busy enough. I took some time off, but I'll be starting in the fall.
Love that.
Actually, at Pepperdine Law School, I'm picking up with some of my teaching. I originally am from the East Coast, so this will be the first time I'm teaching on the West Coast.
I love that.
And then on the creative entrepreneur side, I own several e-commerce platforms. One is just for legal professionals. One is for all women professionals. It goes by the name of Legally Fab. And I believe on Instagram, all platforms, it's I am Legally Fab. But the platform you can find online is legally.fab.com. And essentially, it's a digital resource for professional women. So whether you're on the career route or you're in the entrepreneur route, we have like court business and creative courses. You can watch it anytime. We have quick legal forms. We
Love that.
have downloads, networking templates you can use if you're sending out an email. So just kind of like a one-stop shop resource online for professional women. Yeah.
Love it. And then this past week, was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago, you did a conference, like a 2 day conference, right?
Yes, I did. I did a 2-day conference, and it was the first time me doing anything virtual. I'm not really all that tech savvy, even though it's weird because I know how to build certain type of websites. There's some technical things that I've just because I have so many businesses, I've had to learn how to do. But I was very reluctant to do like a conference and the video not work or whatever. Could see the panelists or whatever the case may be, but it worked out. Um, so yeah, that was our first kind of virtual event. We've had some other events in the past. This is our first virtual event. I decided to name it a conference, but it really was like an intimate conversation
Mm.
between myself and the panelists that I had. So kind of how you're interviewing me. I interviewed people like Felicia, who is part of the Recording Academy, the Grammy.
Yep.
She's the first diversity officer there.
Yeah.
Erica Pittman, who formerly worked with Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Yep.
I had Sheena Allen, who taught my audience how to kind of launch their own apps. Then I had someone in legal that talked about, law school and being a legal correspondent. Her name is Anahita Setagatfar. She is a Carcon firm attorney, and then she does CNN legal correspondent work. And then I even had Dr. Nita from the Doctor Show. So people that were
That's so
interested in
great.
going to medical school or becoming a doctor, she spoke from that perspective in terms of what you need to have in order to be a successful doctor, and then if you ever want to go on TV with your expertise. So it was a full panel of experts, and then one other person I had a reality show producer from Bravo come on talking about being a TV producer in general, but then just also kind of the world of reality TV, since a lot of people are interested in that. So some people obviously missed it because it was live. I'm actually in
I
the
was gonna
process.
say, is it? are we going to be able to
You'll be
get?
able to download it. Yeah, you'll be able to download it probably no later than Friday or Saturday this week. I'll probably make an announcement about it. But yeah, pretty
Okay.
much at the end of the week, you can go back to the site. If you didn't see the live version, we're doing a download where you can see the recap of each of the women panelists, and then also get access to our virtual gift bag. You'll be able to
I
get that
love
on
that.
download.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put all that
Yes.
information in our show notes so that people can get access to that as well. I
Yeah.
was so sad that I missed it, but I'm happy to know that I have a second chance.
Yeah, you'll get to watch it whenever you want. You'll get to watch it on demand. Absolutely. I thought that was a good idea to make it available afterwards.
For sure. So tell me, when you were a little girl, what did you want to be? So you are doing so many things now.
Mm-hmm.
When you were little, what was your goal or your idea job?
Um, I would say it's funny. I actually knew I kind of wanted to be a lawyer since the second grade. So that's
Okay.
very rare that someone that early would probably know what they wanted to be. It was just a fluke mock trial setting where I had an elementary school teacher teaching us about the various roles of the courtroom, and I got assigned to be a lawyer. And I guess I won my fake case, and that kind of just set me on my path. But previous to that, I think I've always just been creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always liked to be kind of in charge of my own kind of destiny. I always wanted to just do what I wanted to do, right? So I didn't know it was called an entrepreneur. I probably didn't learn that word to, I don't know, maybe junior high school, high school. I don't even know if people were really using the word entrepreneur back when I was in elementary school. But just being your own boss, I think that was something I always desired to do. So I feel like that's who I am across all my businesses. I've worked obviously for other people. I've had jobs, I've worked at Universal Music Group. I've worked at Classic Media. I've worked places. So it's not like I've never had a job, never had a boss. But I think just across everything I'm doing now, that's what's in common. That I'm in charge, right? So my legal business, it's not someone else's law firm, it's my law firm. With my e-commerce platforms, it's not someone else's brand. It's the brand that I'm building. So I think for me, I'm not going to sit up here and say entrepreneurship is for everyone. It isn't.
For sure, for sure.
I work, 6 days a week. Obviously, I don't work a straight 8 to 12 hours a day.
Right.
But I definitely, work 6 days a week. Most people can't do that. Most people can't even do their 9 to 5. They're like after 4 hours, they don't want to do any other work. So, I think. But I still think as crazy as I still think I would rather have it this way, because even though it is 6 days a week, I can pick and choose when I'm going to take a call or an interview or work on a document or work on a project. Like I can decide when I want to do it.
You have your own sense of freedom.
Yeah. So I think that's what I crave, and that's why I have it kind of all across all my various endeavors, that there's some level of entrepreneurship that is involved. Yeah.
So I wonder, did you see that when you were younger? Did someone in your life, what was what did you think success was when you were younger? Or how did that sort of shape you know what I mean? How did you get that idea?
I would say this, it was not learned. Okay. My mother still thinks I'm a crazy person. Okay. So if I were doing the path of like my mom and my dad, who is no longer with us, unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. They were actually, I'm from DC, so I'm from a government town. So you get the job, you work in the government for 40 years, you get married, you have 2.5 kids, you retire, you get your pension, and you just do that. And I've worked in the government, definitely. I've had some short-term positions with the government, being from DC. But for some reason, even when I was there, I was like, yep, this isn't going to be my life. Even coming out of law school, I could have, my mom worked for Central Intelligence. I could have applied for general counsel, and counsel for Central Intelligence. And I probably, because, again, she had already worked there. It would have been, I don't want to say fairly easy, but I would have had an opportunity to maybe just have like a safe job.
For sure.
I didn't do it because first of all, I didn't think I needed it. I was graduating already with an author, and I I graduated in 2009, which was a terrible year. It's kind of like what the law graduates are going through now, the 2020
Okay.
pandemic. We were going through the Wall Street crash, and it was right before President Obama was elected, and it was just everything was just in chaos and influx. So, yeah, to answer your question, no, it was not learned. It wasn't like I saw some entrepreneur in my immediate household or immediate life and said, that's what I would rather be than this. I think out of looking at my mother having to get up every morning at 4 and 5 o'clock just to be somewhere at 6 and then come home really late and not really have time with us. You know, my mom really didn't really spend any time with us until kind of towards the end of her career. I didn't want that. I was like, you know, if I ever get married and have kids and still want to have like a successful career or path, like how would I be able to balance? And I realized entrepreneurship very early was the way that you could quote unquote have it all.
Sure.
So yeah, for me, I think it came out of the fact that I saw my parents struggle. I don't want to say struggle, but struggle to have that work-life balance with having a regular job. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now that you are living this life of flexibility and freedom within your career, what is
Mm-hmm.
your idea of success?
I would say my idea of success is my idea of success is working because you want to and not because you have to.
That's
There's a big
very
difference.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that, if I were to sum it up, you know, because Oprah don't need to produce no more shows. Diddy don't need to produce no more albums. Even Rihanna, who we begging for an album, right?
We're waiting.
We wait. But she like, guess what? Money, music never made me any money anyway.
Right.
So I'm gonna focus on these shoes and perfume and lingerie, you know, the Fenty brand.
For sure.
With products and accessories. I'm gonna focus on this because I can't shake it forever. I'm not gonna be shaking it at 40. I'm not gonna be shaking it at 50. So yeah, all of those people work again because they want to, not because they have to. They have enough saved up for them, their children, and their children's children. So when you get to that point, you know, you've hit a whole new level of freedom.
I love that. And so that sort of seems like a running theme through like your life. It's like having a you know a sense of freedom and flexibility. So along your journey, what are some of the tips and motivators that you use to keep you going?
I think it's just like you almost have to work backwards to clarify that. Work backwards from what you want. So if you want multiple properties, if you want a jet, if you want a yacht, if you want to live on the beach, you know, whatever I may not want what you want, and you may not want. Right? Okay. So whatever you do want, right? Work backwards from that and say, well, how do I get to that? Because like if you just want one house, you don't really need to be a millionaire to get one house, right? You can work a certain type of job, make sure your credit's a certain way, save a certain money. And I think it's just all about what you want. So, you know, I want a yacht. I want to live on the beach. You know, I want it. So I wish sometimes I didn't want those things, but because I want those things, what does it take to get those things, manage those things? I have to have multiple streams of income, and I have to be on very large platforms, either film or TV or music. And I ain't singing. So we default is film and TV. Most of my entrepreneurship, and I didn't mention this at the top because I already had kind of mentioned I was a creative entrepreneur, and I was thinking that I was kind of putting that underneath this, but outside of, you know, my legal career and these e-commerce platforms I have, I moved to Los Angeles, or I'm living bi-coastal between Los Angeles and DC to expand my producer portfolio. So under the label of entrepreneurship, I have my e-commerce platforms. That's what I do the most in terms of entrepreneurship. But I also have a producer portfolio of some shows and a film that I'm working on. And so I've been trying to get these projects across the finish line. Various things have delayed it, but I've got really lucky to get like a Hollywood agent. I'm represented by innovative artists who represents like Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us. They
Mm-hmm.
represent Felicia Rashad, aka Claire Huxtable, who is my Shiro.
Auntie.
So I have a great agent, and so they're helping me develop these projects, and you know again, that's what's going to put me on the beach and in the yacht, not e-commerce platform, not me even being a lawyer. As many clients as I can have, or projects I can work on as a contractor with law firms, those things will keep me afloat, but they're not going to take me to that next level. So I'm happy that the creative part of me kind of just never really went away. Obviously the legal and the book side of me had to like take the lead in order to become an attorney, but like the secret part of me that was always creative, like doing shows in the backyard and making people come, and my mom put me in dance, modeling and things like that, it just always was there. It just, I don't want to say suppressed it, I kind of just put it aside, and that now I'm able to kind of take that creative energy and putting it into producing things, like I said, and TV and film, which as far as I'm concerned, I think that is my calling, to be in that industry, whether you call me a lawyer or entrepreneur, whatever, but going into that industry, I think again is what's going to take me to the next level.
I love that. I think Valicia says reverse engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, start from where you want to go, and then what's it going to take to get you there? That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want a yacht too, so I need to start figuring that out.
Yeah, you got to figure it out. Yeah,
gotta figure it out. So, tell me this. What is something that you learned or that you're still in the process of learning that you wish you had learned sooner?
Uh, well, I'll say all money isn't good money, but I'll
Mm,
also say all relationships aren't good relationships. I mean, for me, it's the same um, premise or lesson in both sayings.
sure.
And it's just to say that everyone can't be your friend. Everyone can't be your business partner. Um, and I wish I had learned that, because I have a very, kind heart. I give people second chances. I see what other people don't see in people. And a lot of times I'm seeing red flags and I'm going, right? And my sister said, you need to learn that red means stop. Red does not mean
Stop.
go. Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately. Immediately. And you don't do it, then when some
Mhm.
other things happen down the road, then you're gonna look back and say, you know what? Saw the flag.
Yeah.
I saw it. And so yeah, some of my lessons right now are costing me $700 an hour in a legal bill.
Oof.
Something, yeah, it hurts. And I said, I think God made it hurt like this, so I would never do it again, because I'll remember the $700 an hour legal bill, and
Yeah.
realize, yeah, there's certain people I can't be in business with, certain people
Right.
I can't partner with. So yeah, there you have it.
That's a very good lesson. And thank you for sharing that with us. So we are coming to the end of the show. Thank you so much again for being on. I am Ashley, the amateur expert, and I claim to know a little bit about a lot. So if you could please share with me one random tidbit of information. It could be something in the legal field, it could be something entertainment, just a random fun fact, like a did you know?
Did you know? Okay. Well, did you know, if you wanted to file a trademark in the United States, if you wanted to do it online, take advantage of the cheapest fee there is to file a trademark, that you now have to hire an attorney to file your trademark. You can no longer
Really?
can no longer file it yourself and take advantage of their online lower fee. You would have to have an attorney registered. And the same goes if you are not a U.S. citizen. They changed it, I think, 6 months ago, that you definitely have to have a lawyer file your trademarks here. So Yeah, so no more just going online. And I think too many people have made mistakes and they've just decided, okay, let's change the dynamic to kind of force people get legal representation before they're filing. And
Ooh,
of course, Ask Carter Law. That's who I am
I was
online
gonna
with my
say
firm, with the Carter
we'll
Law
have to
Group.
call
Yes,
you.
we'll be more than happy to take your your business if you're looking to file your trademarks. Will this be also available as an audio for a podcast,
Yes.
or
Yep.
you do? Okay, so
Yes.
I'll make sure for anyone that's missed it, I can repost it later. Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for that tidbit. I did not know that, and now I'm definitely going to be giving legal counsel a call because I need to get some trademarks done. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for being on the show, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Yes, we'll connect again in the near future. Take care, Ashley. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.